Hi, my name is Blaine Frederick. I'm the product manager for Biometrics for Stanley Security Solutions. And we are pretty excited. We have a brand new biometric offering. It's iris recognition. And really what the big difference is between this and maybe some of the other iris products that are on the market today has to do with the commercialization and the ability to use iris in a variety of different situations, not excluding the typical high security applications, but even other applications where iris typically hasn't been considered. Example would be maybe an entrance into a gym, or maybe getting on a school bus, places where convenience becomes really an issue, and additionally the ability to identify people positively via the iris is advantageous. So we have a couple of different products that we're showcasing today. This is the iSwipe Nano. This is what we believe is the most commercially viable iris recognition device on the market today. We think that for a couple of reasons. One is the price point, and two is the size. This is the kind of device where literally you can see these installed on multiple different office doors. Now, addition to that is how do you manage your iris templates? How do you handle your systems? Things like that. We have a couple of different offerings. One is the ability to do it in what I would call a closed loop type network. So installing software on a server and managing that all yourself. But the other component is we actually have an offering where we can provide administration and management functions over the internet. So utilizing this module right here from Ion Attendance, we're able to do that. So as an example, if I wanted to do an enrollment, I could use my iPad, and simply from the iPad I can access a secure web portal and do enrollments and manage templates. I can set up alerts, things like that. So there's a lot of things that make using the iris much easier than they've used to be. Now, each of these readers are WEGAN compatible, which means you can hook them to anybody's access control system right out of the box. Additionally, they have a dry contact and an IP output, so doing interfaces to lots of different systems is very reasonable. We have a couple of different options beyond just the Nano. One of them is a turnstile device, which we don't have here today, but that's the kind of device that you'd see in entrances to buildings, places like that. It's a much higher throughput device, a read distance of about 20 inches. And then our Cadillac device is called the H-Box, and that's a device that'll do 50 people per minute at a distance of about 4 feet. So those are entrances to airports, think about border crossings, entrances to stadiums, places like that where you want to really be able to do lots of people very quickly. And when you try to think about the magnitude of doing iris recognition on the move, really the iLock and Stanley devices are the only devices that are capable of doing that.
Hi, I'm Tom Ketchum. I'm the CTO at Intensity Analytics. We're a relatively new company with products that tell you about who is sitting on a computer simply by how they use everyday common input devices. Things like trackpads, keyboards, touch screens, mice, anything with involving gestures or the use or cadence habit of how they use their computer can be used to identify them simply by their behavior. So this can be used for obviously security purposes, but unlike a hardware device, this can be used not only at access time, but on a continuous basis in the background, running constantly. It may have been you that logged in, but is it still you 5 minutes later, 10 minutes later, and so on a continuous basis. We also have different ways of enrolling people. As opposed to a particular hardware device, which may require an active enrollment, we can either enroll people in an active way, which requires them to sit down and go through a 5 to 10 minute process to enroll, or we can do a passive enrollment, which, because we're based in software, allows us to build up a model of behavior over time simply by watching for the kind of behavior that people exhibit through their normal daily patterns of use. We also have an additional technology called TickStream, and that technology is a complementary technology to CV Metrics, our technology for understanding people's behavior with input devices. TickStream is a technology that tells you everything that's happening on the computer, the totality of computer use. What is the user doing, what is the machine doing, what's running in the background, in the foreground, and so on. And the reason this is important, and the reason it's a nice complement to CV Metrics, is it allows us to be able to understand security in context. How you behave in one application is different than how you behave in a different application. And also security may, in fact, change from one application to another. You may not care if somebody is simply browsing a shopping website, really who that is, but if they're accessing the ubiquitous bomb-making program or some other sensitive application, you may care very much. So we can actually adjust the level of security based upon the context in which the user is working. There's lots of other applications for this kind of data as well, everything from software spend management to managing teleworkers and remote workers and understanding what's going on in disconnected environments.
My name is Charles Strasburger. I'm the CEO and Chairman of Raptor Identification Systems. Raptor ID has designed, developed, and is manufacturing biometric screening and enrollment devices. There are two devices in our portfolio today. One is the Raptor 1, which is specifically designed for identification, verification, or screening and authentication. The other device is the Raptor Pad, which is designed for full biometric enrollment. Pause, please. Oh, I'm ready. As you can see, by taking a look at the devices, they are highly ruggedized and fully optimized for field operational use. They both come with full worldwide quad-band GSM 3G capability. They also come with full complement of wireless and Bluetooth enablements on the devices themselves. The beauty of our device simply is the fact that we're using the Android 4.0 operating system, which provides a tremendous amount of flexibility by adding more mission sets or more adaptations to other missions using our Raptor Flex modular system. So as you can see, what we've done is developed a very modular, high-end device for field operation use at a price point that can't be beat in the market.
Jeff Schott, President and CFO of Raptor ID. I'm going to demonstrate the biometric capture application on the Raptor 1. If an application was calling for the index finger of the user's right hand, the screen would pop up showing that the user was to stick out this hand and his index finger, place it on the fingerprint sensor. If he places it incorrectly, we get very clear, concise feedback as to what is wrong and how to fix it. When you place the fingerprint correctly, you get your correct image, you confirm that you like it, or you have the option to retake it, and you move on. This intuitive interface is very simple, easy to understand. You note there's not a single word on the entire application, so that anybody can use it in any language. And our goal was to make it very easy for the operator to capture biometrics without getting bogged down in weeks and weeks of training.
Hello, my name is Consuelo Bangs. I'm with a company called Morpho Trak. I'm a senior program manager. Morpho Trak has been in business for over 35 years. We specialize in biometrics. We are the technology behind the FBI criminal database. We developed that system from the paper records, created a search engine, and from there we've migrated and enhanced and improved the algorithms that are being used today. We've developed different technologies that are complementary to biometrics, fingerprint biometrics. They include body art matching, tattoo matching, facial recognition, iris recognition. This is some of the products that we have brought to assist the warfighter in theater. And now I'm going to turn it over to Paul Weinstock.
I'm Paul Weinstock, Senior Solutions Engineer at Morpho Trak. One of the products that we recently developed for the warfighter was the Morpho Lift. It's basically latent acquisition. It allows for a non-latent expert to acquire a latent fingerprint and also load that onto the laptop, which can store up to 200,000 records, and go ahead and perform a match. Our finger on the fly allows for contactless, non-stop acquisition of fingerprints. By sliding your hand across the sensor, it brings back the four flats, or the four fingers, a little bit more than a flat, a little bit less than a roll, and brings back an identification. So it's using 3D technology, but it's matching against a 2D reference.